Hi, good evening. This is your friend Han here, and it is great to see you here tonight. And tonight, I happen to get Peter Garety with us again to share some ninja SEO secret. It's like the biggest aha moment, when it comes to SEO. By the way, let me please let me introduce the product name. It's called the P1 Content Magnet. Okay. And you might already read the report that he put out, and been a while now, for about a week now. So I happened to get him to do an exclusive interview with us again, and to share some insider insights with us. See, why keywords are not the right way, not in quote unquote traditional way to target keyword. Google is been looking at what is your pages about, what is your website about, in a brand new way, which has been written since 2009, but nobody ever paid attention other than Peter. So he's been sitting back there figuring out what really is going on. When Google robot land on your page, how do they know which keyword you're really targeting? And you are up for a huge surprise, including myself. You're gonna learn what is called the word significance, level 1 and level 2 ranking. Okay, and this, if you are into SEO, you're gonna be into a huge shark. What he's gonna say inside the interview, and I think it's gonna be very valuable for you. And at the end of course, at the end of this interview, please stay tuned watching the demo, so you know exactly how the his plugin works, how he's gonna really give you more accurate measure what Google is really looking for when it comes to measure your words. It's not simple as we other SEO experts teach you, using H1 tags, italicized, beginning and end of the paragraph, which is the way I learned, but it's not. The reality is Google are not using those to measure whether your post or your page are targeted at specific keywords. And a lot of time, that's why you're targeting at certain keyword, you end up ranking for other keywords. And the reason, Peter's gonna review that for the very first time, to my audience at least. And you guys are gonna absolutely love the interview. And for now, please enjoy the interview, and do stay tuned watching the demo, and look out for the my bonus offer and exclusive review for this tomorrow morning as well. All right, so until next time, please and keep smiling, and may love and peace always be with you, and cheers. Talk to you soon, my friend. Bye bye. Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han here again, and it is great to see you here. And it is my pleasure to get Peter Garety back with us again, and he's going to share with something that I guess nobody ever brought to the marketplace, and where he actually figured out what Google exactly want when they're looking at your page. And a lot of people are mistaken when it comes to ranking for certain keywords. The old method, quote unquote, it's not working anymore. So Peter's gonna be here to kind of educating us what exactly is the new way and how Google look at things. So he's gonna get into more detail in the next couple minutes, so make sure you have pen and paper ready, because this is something gonna really change. If you're doing SEO, gonna change the way you're doing SEO from now on. And at the end of this interview, he's gonna share an awesome product of his, which he's gonna launching tomorrow, and it's gonna make your life much easier by doing this a new way. So he's gonna go into that as well. So before we get into the excitement, let's kind of learn how Peter got started with the internet marketing, but most importantly, what did he exactly do to achieve a level of success he has today. So Peter, without further ado, could you kind of take over the mic, share your unique internet marketing story with us today?
Sure. Thanks, Han, for having me. I'm super happy to be back to your show again. Now, I started in internet marketing in 2008, and obviously, as most people do, they start with free traffic, because we all get caught by the name free, right? So we just try to master SEO and the rankings and stuff like that in order to supposedly get free traffic to make money, right? So I struggled for 14 months, and my biggest struggle, as you know, was that I didn't know how to write in English. And it anything that you do online with marketing, like literally anything, I don't think that you even can do something unless you master that skill. You have to learn to write in English, right? Because the biggest market is obviously the English-speaking market, right? Especially online. So I struggled with that for about 14 months, and meanwhile, while I was learning how to write, I also learned SEO, and I tried absolutely everything, just as most people do, right? So I bought random products, and I tried to implement different techniques and so on and so forth, and it didn't work out. So in a sense, it didn't work out, like, because I didn't make any money, but obviously I gained super incredible experience that also led us today for me to be here and actually present something unique, which is totally different than what most people is used to and what most people use today to determine rankings when it comes to Google, right?
Right.
So yeah, after my struggle, I obviously I developed my first niche website network with around 200 sites. I started to make money with them. I became very good with that, and later on, obviously, I started to coach people, and encouraged by those people, I obviously developed products and I released products, and up to date I have served over 35,000 people. So my journey from nowhere, from nothing, from not knowing how to write in English is now here where I can just talk to you and launch products, right?
Right. That's an incredible journey. What was that one thing that kept you going after all? I mean, 14 months, that's a long time for you not
crazy
results, right? So there must be a one or two motivation that kept you going. What was that one thing that eventually pushed you over to become very successful at this?
Well, obviously it was my family, because I didn't have a choice. You know, I have been an entrepreneur all my life, so I haven't worked for anybody anytime. I had my own company once with 200 employees, and it went busted in 2008. And I was left with no money, no home, and literally we had about $50 per week to 3 people, right?
Oh, wow.
So I really didn't have a choice. I had to make it happen, you know. So I didn't accept any failure or anything like that as something that is going to happen to me. So I just said, okay, this is a feedback. It didn't work out, so let me move on. Let me try another thing. Let me try another, and that's how I did it. That's how I moved ahead.
Cool. That's awesome. That's what you did. Not everybody can do, and I wish more people like you are kind of coming out as well. So
awesome. Thank you.
It's really inspirational. And so let's talk about the SEO right now. I mean, it's constantly changing, it's constantly evolving. So let's talk about what was working before is now no longer working, and what was the thing that we talked a bit before that everybody thought was the right way to do the on-page SEO, but it's now no longer the valid way. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, right. So the biggest shift, I think it's not, here's the thing, I think it's not something really new and something that wasn't around for a long time, but it's definitely something that people are starting to pay attention to much more, right? Because at this point, those easy and spammy backlinking campaigns simply doesn't work. So you can just blast to 10,000 different properties and try to create links, but does it really help? It doesn't, right? And you take the big risk that one day you will just not be able to get any type of rankings in Google for that site at all, right? Which is what happens with a lot of people. And I have talked in my coaching sessions with people that got hit by a latest penguin, and they literally site is no rankings, right? 0 rankings, where before we're generating a couple of grand in dollars per week, because those were high profile real estate keywords, right? So different things happening, and obviously there's something that people used to do, and something that people know and think is that you really need to kind of optimize your on-page content based on some kind of mystic exact match keywords, right? And you think about it, okay, if I now will put this keyword X number of times on the page, then that's the keyword that Google will consider that I'm targeting, right? Whereas in reality, it doesn't work like that. And the funny part is that it's written in Google Webmaster Tools openly for everybody to look and to see that Google doesn't work that way, right? Mm-hmm. So I knew this for a long time, but in the same time, I didn't have a solution that would just make it super easy with a push of a button to solve the problem, right? So I tried to show how to do it for my students. I tried to show how to do it the manual way, which is a little bit complex and it's a little bit guessing. I mean, less guessing than putting exact match keywords all over the place, but still it's a guessing, right? So I was thinking, okay, how to remove that guesswork and make it really like push button simple so that everyone, regardless of their background or regardless how long they have been online, whether they have struggled or not, they can actually make it happen, right?
Right.
And so after this study, that's where I developed the principle that, you know, Google is not looking for keyword anymore, right? It's not about keyword. And in fact, if you look Google Webmaster blog, there is an article in 2009 which confirms that Google is not looking for keywords anymore, right?
Oh wow.
Right? It's crazy, right? It's super long, but nobody pays attention. Everybody talks about keywords. Everybody talks about keyword research and so on and so forth. And you might also have heard that Google is about to discontinue the external keyword tool, right?
Oh wow.
And it's for a reason why they do so, because it's totally useless. It becomes useless, right? Because it's not the way how Google determines the ranking for a page. And that's why sometimes you target one keyword and you actually discover, if you pay attention to this, you discover that it's ranking for totally different keywords.
Oh yeah.
You are wondering, what the heck is going on? I'm targeting this keyword, but it shows 10 other keywords. Why it happens? Well, it happens for a reason, because in reality, what you are targeting is totally different keyword that you were thinking before, right?
Right.
So that's kind of the shift in thinking, and I covered this a lot in my report. As you know, I just go through the step by step. It's like not so easy to explain in a simple interview, but the big shift is that you don't need to like put X number of keywords on the page and put the H1, H2, H3 tags and all over the place, or italicize or bold keywords or some stupid things like that. You don't need to do them anymore, right? It's just nobody, like if you look on authority sites, I haven't seen any proper authority site doing that, right? And because it doesn't make sense at all to Google.
So so the old way, you know, putting H1 tag italicized, or even count, some people are doing percentage counting for keywords. So all that
density,
so all that Google are not looking at it anymore. They have a way to look at stuff to determine what your page is about. So let's talk about what is the right way to do it, and what is maybe share some tips that, you know, if somebody want to rank a page for a, I don't know, weight loss keyword or something like that, well, what's the proper way to do it?
Yeah, sure. So you have to understand that keyword phrase is built from multiple words, right? So these are individual words. And when Google goes to your website, they are actually looking for content words. So they are not looking for, okay, let me check what this website is ranking for, what kind of keyword. There's an exact match 3-word keyword, so probably they are ranking for that. It's not like that. They are looking individual words, word by word. And what they do at the end, when they finish, go through the page, they see, okay, what is the significance for individual words in a right sequence in order to understand what your page is ranking for, right?
Okay.
So let me repeat that. They look at the individual words and its significance within the content in order to determine the keyword phrase, or like I like to call it search query, that they are actually thinking that your page is about, right? And it's a huge shift from like, okay, let me just research keyword and find exact match keywords, how many times it's searched, and then let's plug in an X number of times to hope that it's going to work, where we know that it doesn't, right? It's just a guesswork, right? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? But it's about constructing your content in a way where you sequentially use individual words, word by word, that builds the overall content word significance the way how Google wants it to be, right? So it's a complex thing. It's not so easy to explain. It's a complex thing. But in a simple words, it could be like this. If you are ranking for weight loss tips, right, then you need to understand that the word weight and its variants, right, variables, should be the most significant word within the content.
Okay.
And it's regardless whether you use weight loss tips together X number of times, or you use weight loss and weight tips, or whatever the combinations, or just tips, or just loss, or just weight, right? The bottom line is this, that when Google finished to check out your website, check your page, the significance of those words should be in the sequential order, and that's what makes it rank.
Okay. What about the length of the article or length of the content? Does that matter, or no, but it's all managed, right?
No, obviously it matters. If you are like, here's the problem. Obviously it matters because, you know, you could like put 3 words in the page, and the only 3 words could be the keyword individual words, right? So obviously that kind of page is not going to rank, and therefore you actually have to check what other people do, how other people use words, and we actually do that as well. So we check what others are using. For example, if you want to rank for a search query like weight loss tips, so you will check, right, what these other websites are using, what combinations they are using in order to determine the rankings.
Yeah, so I mean, I think this is like groundbreaking news. All those been around since 2009. To me, at least, that Google are not actually looking at keywords, but looking at the significance of the keywords and you know, sequential, the order of the keyword to be presented as you are writing your article. So and obviously to do all this manually, it's kind of almost too impossible, right?
It's impossible. I have tried it. It's impossible. If you want to make a readable content that will convert and make money, that it's impossible to manually do, especially if you are creating an article like 800 to 1,000 words. You can die quicker than figure out this thing, right? And here's another thing important. There is 2 significance. There is overall website significance, which is calculated every single page together, right? And there is a single page significance.
Oh, wow.
So overall page significance, which for some websites Google shows in a Google Webmaster Tools, is determined by individual page significance.
Oh, wow.
So it's a complex thing. So, and that's why I talk about 2 ranking levels, because if you construct this properly, then you get a niche level rankings automatically. It's like when you publish a Kindle book, Kindle puts it in a specific category, and sometimes it puts in a category that you didn't target. You just thought, okay, let me target this category. No, they put it in a different category, right? And why they do that? Because based on all of their knowledge, they determine what is the most relevant category. Well, Google is a bit more complex, and I would say a lot more complex than that, right? But essentially, it's a directory where they take your page and they put it in, right? And you must make sure that the root level of the category is the right one, so that you can expand and rank for hundreds and thousands of keywords and get tens of thousands of clicks to your site and traffic to your site, right? And targeted traffic, not just some crap, right?
Right. So based on this new knowledge, just kind of a question out of my head is, do you recommend that one single page to target at multiple keywords, or you just recommend to make it so significant enough to target at one keyword per post at a time? Or what's it?
You cannot target multiple keywords. It's impossible.
Okay.
Because there is no two words that would be the same significance. Right on the page. If you will create the same significance for two words, you will just confuse Google, and Google will say, okay, I don't understand what this page is about. Right. So let me just don't rank it at all, right? Because it's just it's maybe some spam or something like that.
Okay.
And therefore, you can always target on one single keyword, right? And obviously, because of the competition, right? Because of like, there are maybe some four-word phrases that nobody's targeting and there is less competition, obviously your page will show up for them as well, right? So it's always like that. But the primary keyword, the one which you really want to rank and which you really like, which you researched and you understand that this is where the traffic is, you need to make sure that the keyword significance is in a proper order, and then everything will be fine.
Okay, cool, awesome. So let's kind of talk about jump into this product you're launching tomorrow. Let's talk about name of the product. And by the way, I want to figure, why did you name that way? And also what is exactly getting for the front end offer and OTO and the price range, all that stuff. So let's talk about that.
Right, so P1 Content Magnet is the product name, right? And P1 stands for page one rankings, right? Obviously. Okay. And content is because we work with the content, and magnet is something that I have been using for a while. I just like the word because it attracts kind of the traffic and attracts good things. Because with your content, it becomes like a magnet that you put out, and Google and everybody sends traffic to the content, right? So that's why the name is like that, right? So what it will do, it will essentially, with a push of a button, will determine exact significance for every single page post on your website. And best of all, it's going to show you how it should be. It's not just going to show you the current word significance, but it's also going to show the ideal word significance and how you can construct it. And then you can go to the post page editor and you can start to type in some content, and it's going to dynamically show you, okay, where I'm getting right now. Do I get closer to the ideal, or is it not so close yet, right? Okay. So that's kind of the front offer. And also another thing which is very huge is that we have a progress tracker built in Google in P1 Content Magnet. So what it means? Well, right now, if you want to track your keywords properly, your search queries, you have to go and buy some software, right? So you can go to Authority Labs and pay some $99 per month, or there is a serve.com as well where you can pay a bunch of money per month. So we built that inside of the plugin so that not only you get track all your primary and secondary keywords, but also it's going to track the progress. So whenever you make a change, it automatically is going to out after certain days, it's going out and checks, okay, what has changed, right? So you literally don't need to jump from all over the place, from software to software, and compare and print out Excel spreadsheets and whatnot in order to compare and see where you are. But you will just do it by logging in your blog. You will just open the progress tracker and okay, you will check, okay, for this keyword where I am right now. So you are here. Okay, so what I need to do, I can adjust this, and get results that way, right? So that's how it will work, right?
Yes, and let's talk about, you know what, I used to ask those questions that how is your product different than any other similar products, but I think in this case it's just one of a kind.
There is no such a product.
There's no such products, right? So so that question is out of the way. So what, let's say, how should someone, once they get the plugin, what is the best thing, what's the best use of this?
Yeah, it's very simple, and it's going to help you right away, like literally in first 5 minutes. So once you will install the plugin, and you will be able to get your content data by pressing one button and by just waiting maybe 1-2 minutes. It depends how big is your blog or website. So you get content data, and then you can go quickly page by page and see, okay, I'm targeting with this page keyword weight loss tips. So let me check what I'm really targeting right now, right? Because now you will know what your content is actually targeting, so that there is no guesswork, right? So that, like, it's not like now you think that you target weight loss tips, but maybe you are targeting totally different word, right? Fat loss or whatever, right? Whatever it is, I don't know, right? So, right, as soon as you will install the plugin, with one button, you will be able to analyze all your content and understand what needs to be done exactly, precisely, 100% precisely, what needs to be done in order to optimize your content properly for top rankings and obviously free traffic.
Now, is there a way, I don't know, with this plugin or some way to know what exactly, in Google's mind, what is your entire web page is about? Or
right. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So with the push of a button, you will understand, okay, whether the web page is about weight loss tips or maybe it's about something else.
Okay.
And you just thought that it's about weight loss tips, right?
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Because a lot of people are targeting keywords because of this mechanical optimization, right? Which is, okay, let's just use X number of keywords and let's put them in title and maybe in the URL and whatnot, right? Because of that, people are misled to the fact that they don't really know what they are targeting. They just think that by plugging certain number of keywords on the page, that it's going to make a difference. Whereas in reality, it's just a guessing. Sometimes it works for some keywords and sometimes it don't, right? And as we know, 99% of people who try to make money online doesn't make a dime, right? So we know it doesn't work, right?
And the 99% of people are still struggling with ranking as well.
Well, that's why they don't make money, obviously, because that's the purpose of everything. We are here to make sure that you can make money. It's not about rankings in general. It's just about getting rankings so people can come to your site and give money.
Right, right, exactly. And for those who are listening to this, you know, for those who are thinking, hey, this is cool, I might want to get it, but I'm not so sure right now. So my question is that for those who are listening to kind of on the borderline, what would you say to them? What do you see? Why should they get it?
Yeah, so I would say you have no choice. You can just keep struggling, or you can just press one button and understand what's going on. And then adjust everything and no more guessing is there, right? I think that from everything that I have done online, this is probably the #1 revolutionary product that I have created.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I never heard.
It's just something that nobody pays attention to, nobody talks about. Big SEO dudes, they know this, but they don't share it because obviously it's too powerful.
Oh, okay, okay. And they probably keep teaching the old way.
Right, because it just sells more of their teachings, right?
Right, exactly. So for the front end offer, do you have different license or just can you talk about that? I'm thinking
we have 3 levels because I understand that not everybody are on the same level. So we try to make sure that everyone is served. So we have 3 levels. We have a get it started level, which is you get a developer license for one website.
Okay.
This means that you can install it on your site, or you can install it on your customer sites, or you can just build a site, optimize it, and go to Flippa and sell it for $1,000 or something like that, right? Okay. And then come back later. So there's no excuse not to make money, right?
Right.
Then we have another package, which is for people that are a bit more serious and really want to maximize the profits. So it's a growth package. And this package is with 25 licenses, so you can install it on 25 websites that you own, your customer websites, or you can build the sites and flip them on Flippa or whatever. And then finally, for those people that are super serious and they already have networks and they are really serious about making profits, real profits online, then we have the enterprise level with 100 website license. So yeah, they can just empower all of their sites and quickly determine and maximize rankings and traffic. Okay,
cool. And do you have any OTOs? Do you want to share them or?
Yeah, well, basically, I don't usually share it, but that's fine, just for you and your customers. So we have the first customer special offer. We don't have OTO, so you can easily check it out and come back 2 days later and check it out again. So it's not like a forced buy now or you will lose out, right? So that is called P1 Authority Magnet. So it's an add-on for the P1 Content Magnet. And what it does, it checks the competition, as I mentioned, right? So it will, with a one click, it's going to check 10 websites, first 10 websites on first page of Google to determine what exactly they are using, what kind of word combinations they are using on their sites in order to achieve those rankings. Obviously, for any ranking, there are multiple variables, right? It's not just, okay, this is the one thing I will do and then I will just sit and wait. It's not like that, but the difference, like, let me put it this way. If you use this method properly, you will need around 80% less backlinks.
Oh, yeah.
Than you would normally bill to achieve the same level rankings.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that you will not ever need any backlink. It's not correct, but you don't need backlinks to get rankings right away. Mm-hmm. But then if you need to improve, like you get on page 1 and then you want to be on position 1, then obviously you will need some backlinks, but you will need around 80% less than any of the competition on the first page where you want to rank for, right? So it's very, very powerful.
Yeah, I think the on-site SEO or optimization is really like the leveraging point, where you can get the
core.
Leverage,
the core.
And that's what I find out. Like if you really tweak your content on page right, and you really don't need that many backlink at all.
No.
And vice versa, if your content is confused Google's, like you said, and no matter how many million links you build to it, ain't gonna rank.
That's right, and they think, okay, I'm going out, I'm building these backlinks, and I'm doing everything, and I'm spending money on backlinking packages and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I should be ranking. Like, you know, they see these link networks, they buy like $1,000 access to the link network, they spend money, and then they just sit and wait, and why my website is not ranking, right? Whereas in reality, you just need to do a few tweaks on your site and it's going to jump all over the place on Google, right? So that's what I discovered, and that's why I became successful in 2010 and 11, where I just discovered this correlation between words and its significance and how it impacts the results, right? And I did a public case studies where I outcompeted websites that are domains registered on the same day. They have 50 times more backlinks than I had, but I was ranking higher. For the same keyword, the same type of domain, the same day registered, like everything the same, right? And I was ranking higher. And I did the public case studies, and a lot of people discovered me through those case studies because it was just eye-opener, right? Because like, you don't need to do backlinking seriously if you do a proper thing, and that's what Google are saying all the time. The problem is that Google is not giving you the exact blueprint, which I'm revealing right now. Google's saying, yeah, you need to create great content. Yeah, what? How I can create?
How do you determine what's a great content?
And how you can determine of great content is not so difficult, but how you are going to target if you want to optimize for weight loss tips. So what are the formula, right? They just say create great content, and that's it. So what it means, right?
Yeah. You never really clarify that.
So now you don't need to guess. With P1 Content Magnet, you don't need to guess. You just click the button, and there you have it.
Awesome. So do you just only have one OTO, or do you have more, or?
I have the second upsell. Which is again customer special offers, so no force whatsoever. And it's a very powerful plugin called WP Author Pro. And WP Author Pro is all about authorship, its rankings, and also how to eliminate the need to create content yourself. All right, so we have a built-in system that allows you to have hundreds of authors on your website and let them do the work instead of you doing the work, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very, very powerful.
So almost like guest blogging, right? Guest blogging, or?
No, guest plugin is just about guest posting. This is much more powerful.
Oh, okay.
Because I looked at, here's the thing, I didn't look like these guest plugins and all of those are more like a hobby type of style things. Okay. So I looked at like more as a professional tools that can professionally help businesses, right, to rank websites, get results, and so on and so forth.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Cool. Is that all the OTLs, or do we need to keep?
Right, that's all. That's all.
Okay. All right, awesome. And so, yes, and for those who are watching this, make sure you kind of stick it around watching a little demo video that we have ready for you, so you can see how exactly this thing works. But this is a really groundbreaking stuff that what Peter brings to the marketplace right now. So you can watch the demo and know how it's really going to benefit you as well. Peter, thank you so much for spending your time here. And I know
thank you, huh?
Yeah, you're very busy right now, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon.
Yeah, thanks. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
So the main pre-sale of P1 Content Magnet already happened in P1 Ranking Formula Report, where I basically outlined the concept of that and how it actually works. And here is all the proof. As you can see, I'm right now in my Webmaster Tools, in Google's Webmaster Tools, and there you can see these keywords and significance and all of these like information that is vital for people in order to really construct the relevance of the website. And as we know, relevance is one of the main ingredients in order to get high rankings and get free traffic from Google, right? The problem with the significance is that usually you can only guess what it's going to be, right? So you just create some content, you upload it on your blog, then you wait for some time, and then Google shows it right here, right? And they say, okay, the most significant words on your website is blog marketing, whatever it is, right? And basically how users do that, how well they actually guess this significance, this is what determines how easy or hard for them it's going to be to rank website and get traffic and all of that. And that's why there are some people that can rank websites without backlinks or very little backlinks, and there are some people that just try to do everything and they cannot get their website properly ranked, right? Now, as I mentioned before, you could only guess what the significance for your website is going to be, right? But now with P1 Content Magnet, you do not need to do that. You actually can pretty much determine that for every single post, for every single individual post or page on the blog, you can precisely tell what it's going to be. And that obviously constructs the entire website and will rank pages higher on Google, will get traffic and all of those good things, right? So when people will install P1 Content Magnet, the first thing that they will see is the settings tab where they need to set Google account. So basically they can choose which Google they are targeting, whether it's in Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, South Africa, or whatever country they are targeting with their website, right? Then obviously for progress tracker, they need to set up cron job, and also they can choose to add proxies if they have huge website with a lot of keywords and so on and so forth, right? Now, when they will install the plugin, they will see these 5 tabs. So setting, content data, manual tracking, progress tracker, and authority magnet. Authority magnet is actually upsell. So this is #1 upsell that people are going to see when they will purchase P1 Content Magnet. As you can see, they need to provide a separate license key in order to activate it. And obviously we have all the time this page right here, which is during the launch will be redirected to the OTO actually, but after the launch it will be redirected to different page with the proper pricing, so with the higher pricing, right? Now, when we talk about the main core elements and significance, which I already mentioned here, then we need to go to content data. That's where the magic happens, right? So on this screen, what people will see is absolutely every single post based on categories, so they can sort everything by categories. They can pick pages as well, and they can pick how old the posts are, because for some big blogs, they want to maybe sort last 30 days or something like that, right? And so on and so forth. So they can pick whatever they want, and then they can go inside of each post and see what kind of data we have here. And as you can see, it provides keywords, it provides meta description, it provides whether we have authorship levels enabled, whether we have images, videos, how many external, internal links we have from the page, how many words we have on that page. And then they can obviously check this one more time to update the things. It also shows the time when it's last updated. And then the magic happens with this button. So they can literally click the button, Analyze Content, and it's going to bring two tables here. One is current word significance. So this is what it looks like right now and the content that is right now on the page. And this is what ideal should be when they create a content. So now when they have this information, they can actually go to the post itself, they can edit the post, and they can see the same data right here. So current word significance and also suggested word significance. And now what they can do, they can start to adjust content. For example, they can just move this widget a little bit up, right? So it's right there where the editor is presented. And then they can dynamically start to update the content. They can then dynamically add some content and just refresh this to see how it changes the current word significance, right? And obviously they have also suggested word significance, which is ideal optimized content, right? So as you can see, it's no more about keyword phrases. So how many times you use exact match keyword. It's not like that anymore. It's about individual words and how important they are in the content. And this is exactly what Google wants. This is exactly what Google tells up front inside of Webmaster Tools. So there is no doubt about it. It's clear like day, right? So that's the first thing. And they can do every single post like this. So they don't have any more guessing or something like that. They just go in every single post. They adjust every single post. They get the results based on suggestions. And boom, their rankings is going to go up, right? The second feature, which is very, very powerful feature, is Progress Tracker. And this is something that I will not be able to show on this website right now because I just enabled the plugin here. But basically, Progress Tracker, what it does, it automatically, without anyone doing anything, will track the progress of these rankings in Google. So not only it's going to track the primary keyword, it's going to track the secondary keywords and things like that, right? So right now, as you can see, current rankings in Google is not applicable because obviously we haven't enabled it, we haven't used it at all. But once it's going to be enabled, they will see the current rankings right here. And if they make some updates of the post, they are going to see changes right here. So basically there will be like previous rankings and current rankings, right? So there will be previous rankings, current rankings, and it's automatically going to be updated every time when somebody clicks this update button. Every time the content magnet will go out and will find the ranking results. And there are specific functions how it does it, but literally anyone who is tracking results in Google right now is spending money to some other tracking services like Authority Labs or some other services. They will not need to do it anymore because it's going to be built in their WordPress site, so they can literally track any page, any post on their site automatically without doing absolutely anything, right? Now, the other thing that we incorporated here is manual tracking, because sometimes you want to check, okay, what kind of results I'm getting, for example, in Canada, right? So let's say I want to check how well my website is ranking in Canada. So what I can do, I can literally type in the keyword, for example, best Diego movers, right? I can select, for example, let's say I want to track United States, right? And let's say I want to track the page, maybe this page, right? And now I just submit, and it's going to check it, and it's going to tell me in a moment whether I'm ranking for this keyword or not, right? And you will see that in a moment. So as you can see, URL wasn't found in 1,000 search results. And now, if I want to check whether I'm ranking in United Kingdom, let me check it, right? Maybe I'm there, right? And this is how basically people can track every single page or post on the blog, right? And let's just do one more. Let's just track this page. Maybe there is some ranking, so let's just submit. Let's see. And as you can see, it's number 14, location. So this is google.com, right? Also, they can track whatever they want. For example, they can provide any URL. Maybe somebody has some Web 2.0 sites or YouTube videos or anything like that. They can just provide this URL right here. So that's how it works. And obviously, authority magnet, that's a separate thing. That's the OTO that they are going to get as a first OTO. And because we also incorporate here link, obviously the conversions will be very high because it's very tempting to enable this, to check it out, what it does for anyone that is installing and using P1 Content Magnet, right? So now you see how it works, and basically it does exactly what Google wants. Here is black and white, right? Explain what Google wants, and now we are able to do it for every single page, every single post. And no more guessing, no more figuring out how many exact match keywords I need to use or something like that. The important thing is relevance and what is the most significant words on somebody's content when they want to rank for a specific keyword, right? So that's it when it comes to P1 Content Magnet.